Dream generously and nourish your imaginings. We all have a little extraordinary in us. We must believe it, own it, and rise up to the occasion.
I grew up being the kid that wanted to climb the tree as high as possible and then jump out of it, and that sort of illustrates the way that all of my recreation was. Significantly involved in skiing and mountain biking, and turned into a dirt biker eventually, and did a lot of river sports like kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding and boating. Definitely identified with my physicality and coordination. Things definitely changed on that front when I broke my neck in 2014 backcountry skiing outside of Crested Butte, and had a not impressive crash, just basic ski crash that everybody's had one of, and ended up breaking my neck just in an unfortunate situation. There began that chapter of paralysis and becoming a quadriplegic, and it included a lot of immediate survival. When I first left Craig Hospital, I was in a power chair, and I had a manual chair, but I wasn't expected to use it very much. And when I did, I was essentially limited to rolling around the house. That was it. That was the extent of what I was doing independently. Fast forward 10 years to now, I can functionally push my wheelchair way more places. I can transfer into my vehicle, and I can drive independently, and that is worlds different from where I started. Within a year of leaving Craig Hospital, Bionic was founded by Amanda Boxtel, and it became the best option by far for me to continue my rehabilitation and stay healthy in the long term. And living comfortably with paralysis is a massive feat, and living a performance lifestyle after spinal cord injury is even harder, and Bionic is the only thing that makes that possible for me. I've seen continued rehabilitation even to this day. I'm almost 10 years out from injury now. I spend a lot of time doing weight training so that I can have strong and functional shoulders and arms for what I have now. So my prognosis when I first got hurt, I have essentially half arm strength and half shoulder strength. I started with wrist weights that were 1/4 pound on each side doing flies, and now I can do that with 25-pound weights. I had no measurable tricep function, and I have some tricep function now. What I'm trying to do is continue growth in my cardio performance, and that's 10 years of consistent work with Bionic that leads to that. Era of my fitness that I'm in now is in longevity, strength, mobility. There's a significant connection between your mental health and your physical health, and we know that, but it's especially important. You have to be more deliberate about it, and if you don't, your mental health suffers, and so does your physical health. Having that support and knowledge that Bionic brings is invaluable. I found independence personally once I was able to drive. So it seemed sort of natural that once I had seen other programs like Bionic and High Fives Foundation, give opportunities to people and be sort of like that guide factor. So I wanted to be able to share the freedom that adaptive driving could give to people, and now we have that. So Return to Dirt is a adaptive motorsports program, we have accessible UTVs that have hand controls and a bunch of other adaptations that we share with people that have mobility limiting issues and keep them from the backcountry. So for some people, it's about throttle therapy, and that's what they're looking for, is the rush and the excitement. And then for other people, it's an off-road wheelchair that gives them access to some other aspect of the natural world that they're looking for. It's impossible to illustrate or describe the positives that I've seen from Bridging Bionics, because I feel like anything that I said would feel too dramatic or outlandish. But I really do credit Bridging Bionics with everything. Every positive interaction that I have with family, friends, or otherwise is because Bridging Bionics has made me feel comfortable in my own skin and healthy in my own body and in less pain and in more independent fashions than I could have ever dreamed 10 years ago.